Welcome to the D&D
Christmas
Morning Show!
I almost missed my cue.
What do you mean? We didn't plan that.
Right.
It just happened. It was spontaneous. So as you can tell from our Christmas hats, we have a Christmas edition coming at you. Drew and I both love Christmas. We actually wear our Christmas hats all year round. That's how much we love Christmas.
We should. We should wear these all year
Could you
round.
imagine laying on the beach in the Christmas hats? Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Santa probably is.
Oh, of course he is. He has his candy cane trunks on with his hat.
So we have great tips regardless of when you're watching this show.
Yes.
So it'll be good. What do we got?
Today, we're going to start off with a fun fact about Drew and his processing time, his slow processing time. And then we're going to get into healthy Christmas baking, because we know, especially around the holidays, it's tough. There's unhealthy treats everywhere, so we're going to tell you some trips.
Wow.
Some trips.
Take
We're
some
going to tell you
trips.
some trips about that. We're going to tell you some tips and tricks about that. And then we've got a recipe, and I'm going to tell you guys how you could turn a regular Complete Truth protein ball into a holiday-style protein ball. Very simple to do.
Get excited.
And then we'll end off with a Christmas quote.
All right. So let's get this part over with.
Drew loves it when the fun facts are about him. So, Drew's processing time. What I really wanted to tell you guys was that he can only take one piece of information at a time, or else everything is lost. Everything. For example, if we have like a busy weekend or a busy week or a week full of activities or different events, I can only do one day at a time. And even with that one day, I can only tell him like one thing that's going on. So for me, I get my calendar out and I can plan the whole week. If I know Monday is this, Tuesday's that, Wednesday, okay, it's all my ducks are in a row. But Drew, only one duck at a time.
I could have it planned out, but I can't look at any of them.
No.
I need to focus on one thing. That's it.
That's it. So if it's things to do around the house, for example, we're going out and doing some shopping. I'm like, we have to go to the grocery store, then we have to go to the post office, then we have to pick up our printing, then we have to do this. And he's like, where am I going?
Even that right there gives me like anxiety. She's like listing off all these things. I'm like, just give me one thing. Tell me one thing that we're going to go do.
Grocery store.
Yeah, that's great. See, then we can consider the grocery store. Once that's done, we can move on.
But I'm always too afraid I'll forget something. So I have to list them all out so that I know which ones to do.
When I'm working, I have a list. I think that helps. Like I have a list. I have all the things that I want to do. But when I'm doing one thing, I'm not looking at like 16 other things. I'm just looking at one thing. And then when that's done, I cross it off and move on. Right?
Yeah, I get it. But I just know how my brain works.
So if you ladies have... I think it's kind of like a male thing. I don't know. I'm guessing.
I'm not sure.
Seems like
I just thought it was a Drew thing.
Seems like women could do like 14. I think they're like 1,400 things
At one time.
at one time, and men are just like, football game, huh?
Oh, that's another thing. If Drew's on the computer, if he's watching watching a game or something, hears nothing of what I say. Nothing.
I'm focused on what I'm doing.
And I'm like, we talked about this. He's like, you didn't say that? I'm like, yes, I did say that. Oh, we're doing that? When did we talk about that?
So she'll be like, Drew, I need you to listen to me this time. Like we had like a presentation last week. You listening to me? Because this is what we have to do. And I'm like, stop. I'm like, okay, I'm listening. Anyways, I was going to say, if it's a male thing, I'm not really sure, but be kind to your ladies that are watching this. Be kind to your men in your lives and be gentle.
Try to.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on to Christmas baking. So we want to touch on this subject because, like I said in the intro, it's like treats are everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
But it's not just Christmas.
No.
It's Halloween, Thanksgiving,
True.
Christmas, then New Year's.
New Year's,
Then
Easter,
there's always
Valentine's
something.
Day. It's everything.
So if you're like, oh, I'll just take this part of my healthy lifestyle off and jump into treats and desserts for Christmas, then after that, there's going to be another reason not to stay healthy.
That's right. So what are some tips that you have about staying healthy?
Oh man, just throw me under the bus.
It's okay, you can think about it and I'll talk about baking. Actually, you don't even need to be here.
I'm going to process. Welcome to the Dorothy's Morning Show.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
The D Morning Show.
Welcome to the D Morning Show. Actually, it could be the DK Morning Show.
She's got plans already. She's slowly trying to weed me out.
I'm phasing him out. So healthy baking. Let's start there. Christmas healthy baking.
Okay.
I don't even need you. Goodbye.
I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to enjoy. What do you got?
All right, so it's no different. What I wanted to mention was that it's no different than the other times of year, that we're doing healthy baking. We have talked about in past shows about staying away from refined sugar, about baking without butter and oils and other things, gluten-free flours using CTP. And it's no different when it comes to the holidays. We can take one of our favorite holiday baking recipes and we can make it healthy by doing those same things. So we're already equipped with the tools that we need to make healthy baking. We just have to adjust and reset kind of our mindset that around holidays is no different. So it's continuing your healthy lifestyle even throughout the holidays.
Right. So it doesn't matter what time of year it is, as long as we're paying attention to, like, this is the lifestyle we live. That's why we preach healthy lifestyle. It's not like we're on a diet, we're on a fast. Like, this is how we live all the time, regardless of what time of year it is or what holiday there is.
And I think it's important as well to, before the holidays come, to explain that to your friends and family as well. And it doesn't have to be a serious conversation. You can just kind of tell them, I'm going to be sticking to my healthy routine throughout the holiday. And that way they're prepared. And you can even share some of your healthy baking or healthy treats with your friends and family when you visit, so you know that when you go there, there is something for you to have.
Yeah, and trust us when we say this, it's going to make your holiday season and lives so much easier. And we understand, there's that failure aspect. We don't want to continue to say, oh, I'm on this diet, or I'm trying this new thing, and then maybe you fall off, or you forget about it, and then your family kind of gets tired of hearing about it. But you need to share that with them, because then doesn't seem like a secret. People really dislike secrets.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't feel like you're going behind their back, or it doesn't feel like they're being left out. So when you go to a family, if you go to a family's house for dinner and you say beforehand, I'm working towards living a healthier lifestyle, I would appreciate your support. Or maybe you don't even have to ask, tell them this is what you're doing so they know. Otherwise, they're going to have all these deep fried foods and maybe unhealthy types of snacks and treats. And when you say no thank you, as challenging as that is, then they're not going to be offended because you've told them beforehand, I'm going to pass, thank you.
Yeah, and I think it's important that it's your family. I think it's important to include them in what you're doing. Not saying that they have to do it too, but just I think it makes them feel more welcome, like they want to be a part of or in the know of what you're doing as well. And I just wanted to brag a little bit about my family, because recently when I went home for Christmas, they had made some healthy baking because they knew I was coming. So it was just the more that you talk about it and the more that you share your lifestyle with them, the more opportunities will arise where they'll want to be included as well.
Yeah, and even sometimes if it doesn't happen at first, sometimes there's resistance to change. So if something like that doesn't happen at first, that's why we need to be persistent and keep pushing forward and surround yourself with a healthy community of like-minded individuals. And eventually, if friends haven't come around at the beginning or family haven't come around at the beginning, they will or should. And if they don't, it's another tough topic, but consider who's in your close environment regardless of if they're family or not.
Yeah, so because the topic is Christmas baking, I wanted to get into a couple of, ways that we can make it refined sugar-free, for example. Or we can go about the holidays without the refined sugar and without all of the extra little treats and stuff. So one way is to make your own chocolate. We have a wonderful raw chocolate recipe that we can share. And then you can just bring your raw chocolate with you and say, hey, I made you something, right? And then you can share it when you're there. And that way you can kind of stay away from the candy bars. That's a good way.
Yeah.
Making your own cookies is another way. Gingerbread cookies are the best I've found that can, I guess, transition into a healthier recipe. The sugar cookies and the shortbread cookies are a bit more difficult because it's the main ingredients is butter and sugar, right?
Tough to substitute the main ingredients.
So it is tough. Those kinds of cookies are a bit tougher, but ginger snap or gingerbread cookies I found are the best to substitute for, gluten-free flour without refined sugar and without oil. So it's pretty easy to do that recipe. So if you're looking for a healthier cookie, go with a gingerbread cookie. I'm just going to get into my recipe right now. So let's just get into that segment of the show.
Let's do it.
So you can take, I was saying that you can take a recipe that you've already make like on a regular basis and just twist it into a holiday style. And the Complete Truth protein balls are a perfect way to do that. So just make your regular protein balls with your peanut butter, your Complete Truth protein, and your honey. And you can sneak some cacao powder in there to make it chocolate. And you can put a drop of peppermint oil in there to make it chocolate mint protein balls. And they're delicious.
Yeah, it's so easy to change or alter that regular recipe. We have that for you if you need it, or if you haven't seen it online or link to this video, let us know. But it's so easy, so delicious, and then to change that into more of a festive type of treat, it's unreal and super easy.
And same with smoothies too. I just thought of this, but we have a chocolate peppermint smoothie, and it tastes like After 8 bar. So if you are like having a craving for something sweet that that's around the house and on the holiday time, shift it to something healthy that has the same kind of taste that will activate your taste buds in the same way. Another one I was thinking of too, I have all kinds of ideas, but another one I was thinking about too is that popcorn, it has like the caramel on it with the nuts and the seeds,
It's called something. Poppycock?
Poppycock, yeah. But we made one last year, and all we did was melted down some creamed honey from one of our local honey farmers, I guess, that we get it from. So we melted that down with some peanut butter, and then we shook up some air pop popcorn and with this honey peanut butter blend and put in some nuts and seeds, and there you go. And it was so easy. And I think too, around the holidays, time is another factor, right? We think it takes too much time to make our treats our holiday treats. Just keep doing what you're doing, but just alter it in little tiny ways to make it festive-y.
It doesn't take a whole lot of work or effort. You're doing it anyways.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of Christmas baking going around, so making those small transitions and those little steps is really going to make a big difference.
You know how they do? My mind is just going around with ideas. But you know how they do those cookie exchanges where everybody does like one batch of cookies like 10 times? So for example, you would take the gingerbread cookies and you would make like 4 batches of it, and then you would go and you would exchange with someone else. So I'll give you a dozen gingerbread cookies and you give me a dozen of whatever you made. He's not a woman. He doesn't know what I'm talking about.
No, I've never participated.
A cookie exchange. So say there's 5 people, 5 friends. Each friend makes one recipe, but enough batches for everybody.
Okay.
All right. So then you go to the cookie exchange and you give away what you've made and get something different in return. So if there's 5 friends, then you'd have 5 different treats.
4 different treats.
Well, your own as well.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So then what my idea was, you could get a bunch of your, friends that are on the similar journey as you to do that all together.
Healthy.
A healthy way, a healthy cookie exchange.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That was a long explanation for that. But yeah, you could approach some of your friends that you know or family members that are on a similar life path as you and granola.
Clearly, Dorothy gets excited about this baking thing, holiday baking. Do we have a quote to end off with?
We do have a quote to end off with. It's a Christmas quote. It says, "Christmas in the heart puts Christmas in the air." Christmas in the heart puts Christmas in the air.
Very nice.
It's true.
Yeah, we enjoy Christmas.
We love
One of
Christmas.
our favorite times of year.
It is.
It's festive. It's enjoyable. People are usually happier for the most part.
Usually.
There's a lot of stress going around at Christmas time, so. But we do enjoy it, and it's a nice little quote, because we have Christmas inside and we have Christmas outside.
Yes, that's right.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to another edition of the D&D Morning Show.
Christmas edition.
Oh, yeah.
You missed it.
No, you missed that one. It was your turn to jump in.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next show.
See you guys.
Bye.